Trump is an American politician and a businessman. He was the President of the United States from 2017 to 2021, and golfing is his favorite type of exercise. Donald John Trump was born in New York on June 14 in 1946. His father's parents were German immigrants, while her mother was an immigrant from Scotland. His father was a successful real estate developer and businessman, and his mother was a homemaker. He grew up in Queens, New York, in a wealthy family with 4 siblings. About his education, Trump attended the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. He graduated in economics. In 1977, Trump got married for the first time and had 3 children. Then, he got married for the second time, he had another child, and divorced again. In 2005, Trump married the Slovenian model Milania Knos. They have 1 son together. But how did his career start? In 1968, Trump was employed at his father's real estate company, which is called Trump Management. In 1971, he became the president of this company. He expanded his father's business into a global empire. At that time, he already used to state his political opinions. Just to give you an idea, Trump has already been considered one of the richest people in the world. The Trump name has been licensed for many products and services, such as books, video games, golf courses, and clothing lines. Throughout his career, he invested in buildings, hotels, and casinos. He filed for business bankruptcy 4 times. Trump acquired the Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida. Then he turned that place into a private club. He says that Mar-a-Lago is his main residence. Trump also made brief appearances in many films and television shows. For example, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Trump was host and co-producer of reality shows from 2004 to 2015. The most famous one was The Apprentice, where candidates competed for a position at the Trump Organization. On this reality show, Trump played the role of a CEO, eliminating the applicants with the remarkable sentence, "You are fired." Trump was also known for his distinctive speaking style, aggressive negotiation tactics, which generated significant media attention and controversy throughout his life. Many people found his comments and actions to be funny, while others criticized them as being inappropriate or insensitive. Trump has faced allegations and criticism regarding his treatment of women. These include allegations of sexual harassment, as well as derogatory comments he has made about women. Trump has also accused of having a history of unethical business practices, which have affected both male and female employees and partners. However, he has repeatedly denied. In 2015, Trump announced his candidacy for the presidency of the United States as the Republican nominee. Before that, he had already been registered in different party affiliation and rejected to run for local office. By the way, he's the only president of the USA that did not hold any government office before becoming president. He was also the first one that didn't serve in the military. He promised to improve the economy, strengthen national security, and restore the country's standing in the world. Trump's political rhetoric was right-wing populist. In the beginning, his campaign was not taken, but he rose like a flash in the opinion polls. His fame and his controversial statements made him progressively gain prominence in the media. He consolidated his campaign, popularizing the political slogan, "Make America Great Again." Despite widespread criticism and controversy, Trump won the election in 2016 and took office in January 2017. One of the highlights was the support of one of his daughters, Ivanka Trump. She's a businesswoman and former reality TV personality. She served as an advisor to her father in the White House during his presidency. Prior to her role in the White House, Ivanka Trump was an executive vice president of the Trump Organization and the founder of her own fashion brand. And what were his main political opinions, and what were the main events of his presidency? He was pro-life, he was against same-sex marriage, he supported universal health care, opposing Obamacare, he supported full drug legalization. He defended an oil-based foreign policy, he was extremely critical of US-China relations, he wanted to reinforce immigration laws, And he defended the idea of building a wall along the US-Mexico border, emphasizing that Mexico would pay for it. During his presidency, Trump pursued an America First agenda aimed at putting the interests of American citizens first. He decided to renegotiate trade deals and reduce regulations. And he focused on increasing military spending. Besides his renowned sentences Make America Great Again and America First, some of his famous sentences include fake news, a term he frequently used to criticize media outlets that reported stories he disagreed with or found unfavorable. Drain the swamp, a phrase he used to describe his goal of reducing corruption and political influence in Washington, D.C. He was also against the Paris Agreement. And another controversial measure was the travel ban. He decided to suspend admission of refugees, and some citizens were prohibited from entering the United States from places such as Iraq, Iran, Libya, Syria, and Yemen. During his presidency, he highlighted his harsh rhetoric against North Korea, which was increasing its arsenal of nuclear weapons. A characteristic of Trump was that he loved using Twitter to express his opinions, which was a milestone in politics, as for the first time a great leader was active on social media. He used it as a way to communicate directly with the public and share his thoughts and opinions. He had over 80 million followers on Twitter during his presidency. Trump often generated controversy and headlines with his tweets, which were known for being direct and sometimes provocative. He used Twitter to comment on various political and social issues, to attack his opponents, and to promote his policies and accomplishments. However, his use of Twitter also led to criticism and controversy, as some of his tweets were deemed inappropriate, false, or inflammatory. In 2017, American intelligence agencies stated that the Russian government interfered in the 2016 election to favor Trump. Another important topic is about coronavirus. Trump was in office during the COVID-19 pandemic, which began spreading globally in early 2020. Trump's response to the COVID-19 pandemic was widely criticized by public health experts and the media. He was accused of downplaying the severity of the virus, conflicting with health officials, and spreading misinformation about the pandemic. His administration was also criticized for a slow response and a lack of coordinated national plan to fight the pandemic. Despite these criticisms, the Trump administration did take some actions, such as declaring a national emergency and launching a special operation to fast-track the development and distribution of vaccines. Trump contracted COVID-19 and was treated for the virus at a hospital before being released. His diagnosis and subsequent illness received significant media attention, as he was the first U.S. president to test positive for the virus. The COVID-19 pandemic resulted in millions of cases and hundreds of thousands of deaths globally. In 2019, after many scandals, such as the one that Trump asked Zelensky, president of Ukraine, to discuss investigating the Democratic presidential candidate Biden, the House of Representatives impeached Trump. In the 2020 presidential election, Trump lost to Democrat Joe Biden and refused to accept defeat. Trump claimed there was fraud in the election. Such allegations spurred protests from pro-Trump groups which, on the day of Biden's certification in Congress, invaded the Capitol. Trump was heavily criticized for the situation, and in addition, he had his Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram account blocked indefinitely. Due to his involvement in the invasion of the Capitol, the House of Representatives submitted another proposal for an impeachment of Trump. Trump did not attend Joe Biden's inauguration. At the end of his term, the former president went to his private resort in Mar-a-Lago. Since leaving the presidency, Trump and his companies have come under scrutiny. Trump continues in speeches to declare the false idea that the 2020 election was stolen. Trump has continued to play a significant role in American politics and remains a prominent figure in the Republican Party. Despite the controversies surrounding him, Donald Trump remains one of the most influential figures in American politics and a prominent figure in the global arena. In 2022, Trump declared that he will run for election in 2024.